Happy Halloween! Whether you're taking a break from carving a pumpkin, getting your costume ready to go trick-or-treating, indulging in way too much sugary candy, plainly enjoying the beautiful fall weather, or watching a scary movie, thank you for making the annual Brickology Productions Halloween Spectacular part of your day. In honor of one of my favorite holidays of the year, I wanted to make a special countdown video that's only fit for spooky season. Major emphasis on the word spooky. Let's not beat around the bush any longer. Here are my picks for the spookiest Lego sets ever made. I have a couple of random stipulations to make about this list. While this video will be presented as a top 10 countdown, these sets are in no particular order, just 10 spooky Lego sets. Additionally, I'm limiting every single Lego theme to only one entry per this list. If I did not make this specification, the entire countdown could be only monster fighters and hidden side sets, which would have gotten very repetitive. Makes sense? Without further ado, let's talk about some scary sets. Let's begin this countdown with a set in the thumbnail that is number 10, Lego Monster Fighter set number 10228, Haunted House. The reason this set was featured in the thumbnail above all others is because it frankly feels like the most iconic spooky season set Lego has ever made. Haunted houses are obviously famous iconography when it comes to Halloween time. They're in so many different movies, and Lego captured that vibe effortlessly with this design. The color choices, the architecture, the interior details, and of course the brilliant Monster Fighters minifigures really helped to sell the scene. I could gush about this set for hours, but there are 9 other entries on this list, so I'll refrain from that for now. Just look at this thing though, it is gorgeous. My only complaint is that I don't personally own it. I couldn't really afford this set when it came out back in 2012, and now it goes for almost triple what it was originally worth, which is super unfortunate, but also understandable. That is not the only haunted house Lego has ever made though. Our second entry on this list is number 9, 10273, Haunted House. Yes, once again we have another haunted house set, and admittedly, this one ain't nearly as cool as the aforementioned one from Lego Monster Fighters. That being said, this set has its own unique charm. It is part of the Fairground collection, meaning it is supposed to be a theme park ride, specifically in this case, a drop ride, very similar to the Tower of Terror from Disney World. And while I wish Lego would actually just make a real Tower of Terror set, that would be dope, I think this is a suitable substitute. Like the other haunted house, this set has some very cool architecture on display, but the best part about this build is the specific theming. This location is known as Manor von Baron, a reference to Baron von Baron of LEGO Adventurers fame, one of the best classic Lego themes of all time. As a big Adventurers fan myself, there are so many Easter eggs on the interior of this house, including a skeleton with a top hat dangling from the ceiling. Okay, hold on, that kind of looks familiar. Is this supposed to be Sly Boots, aka Sam Sinister, who kind of is Baron von Baron, although his name changes between the different individual waves of LEGO Adventurers? Is he just dead, dangling from the ceiling of this haunted house? What is going on, Lego? I need answers. Perhaps we'll never know the answer to that question, but one thing I do know is that clowns are creepy, and they are the centerpiece of my next entry on this list, number 8, Lego Hidden Side set number 70432, Haunted Fairground. Here we are once again with theme park rides being very scary, and for somebody like me who doesn't do great on theme park rides, it actually feels kind of accurate. The Hidden Side theme, despite its horrible box art that I think led to some very poor sales, these sets were always on clearance a few years ago, has some very creepy influences, and I could have picked any set from the theme, but I chose this one in particular because of the dang clowns. Honestly, the quote-unquote normal normal version of this theme park ride before you reveal the titular hidden side looks creepier to me than the actual hidden side variation. I don't like clowns, I don't like roller coasters, and them mixing here is just a recipe for a very spooky set. Number 7 is a set that should have been remade last year, more on that in a minute. That is LEGO Indiana Jones, set number 7199, The Temple of Doom. For those of you unaware, LEGO Indiana Jones was rebooted last year and there were supposed to be 4 sets in the initial wave. However, the Temple of Doom, which has pictures out there of the actual set, got cancelled for a number of rumored reasons. LEGO said there was some kind of parts malfunction, but I'm calling BS on that. I personally think they decided that it wasn't fit for LEGO's community guidelines. It didn't go with what LEGO likes to represent as a brand. And that's because the Temple of Doom is one scary movie. In fact, back in 1984, the movie was so scary for a PG film that they had to make an entirely different rating so kids wouldn't just wander into this film seeing it, and that is why PG-13 exists today. A guy's heart is literally removed from his chest, which is all sorts of horrifying, and it's crazy to me that LEGO replicated that with a set. Unfortunately, there is no specific heart piece, but still, crazy. Coming in at number 6 is LEGO Studio set number 1381, Vampires Crypt. Crypt. That's not a word you hear every day, and that's because crypts are basically underground chambers that are burial places for religious artifacts. Yeah, that doesn't feel like something LEGO should be making sets of, and in this case for LEGO Studios, the vampire is in charge of the crypt, and there's a literal coffin in this set. Additionally, when crypt and horror are mixed together, you usually get things like, demons and whatnot, which is real creepy. This 2002 LEGO Studios set gets some leeway because it's supposed to be a fake movie set replication of a crypt, but come on, what crazy themes to have referenced in a LEGO set targeted at children. Let's begin the top 5 with a set from one of my all-time favorite LEGO themes. That is LEGO Harry Potter set number 4766, Graveyard Duel. LEGO remade this set in 2019, but the 2005 version for me takes the cake. There are a lot, and I mean a lot, of tombstones here, including the Grim Reaper on Voldemort's. And while Cedric Diggory is not specifically included as a minifigure in this set, we all know what happens to Cedric during this sequence in the movie.
This is my boy!
Also, just like Voldemort getting his body back is real creepy as well, there are a lot of very spooky vibes going on here. Pivoting back towards original LEGO themes from LEGO Ninjago, we have set number 71721, Skull Sorcerers Dragon. If you're really afraid of snakes, there are a bunch of Ninjago sets that could apply on this list for you, but for me in particular, this Skull Dragon is real creepy looking. Before I talk about how spooky this set is, the designer absolutely killed it with this design. This is one of the best looking Ninjago dragons they've ever done. Getting all of these details down pat in a skeletal form is really impressive. But that's just it. It's a completely skeleton dragon, which is horrifying, and I love the concept, so it had to make my countdown. Another concept I love comes with our next entry, that is number 3, LEGO Dreams, set number 71469, Nightmare Shark Ship. Shark Ship. Shark Ship. Say that 5 times fast. Unsurprisingly, a theme called Dreams with 3 Z's deals with the concept of nightmares. I considered including a number of the Nightmare Fuel-esque sets from LEGO Dreams on this list, but the one that really stood out to me is this Nightmare Shark Ship. The big eye is really throwing me off, but the front face just looks so good, and also whoever came up with the color scheme for these villains from LEGO Dreams deserves a raise. It is one of the coolest LEGO has ever done. This set also just has more skeletal details. It really pops on a shelf, and those dragon wings make for very interesting looking sails. This is one heck of a creepy ship. The penultimate entry on our list is number 2, LEGO Stranger Things set number 75810, the Upside Down. When rumors first started circulating back in 2019 that we'd be getting a LEGO Stranger Things set, I honestly just did not believe them. I didn't think Stranger Things was appropriate for LEGO to touch. Technically speaking, the show in America, at least, it's not the same for some other countries, is TV-14, which is the equivalent rating of PG-13 for television. And because of that, LEGO actually gave us a Stranger Things set, and it is a beauty to behold. Like the haunted house at the beginning of this list, I could sit here for so long just raving about this set. But the best part about it is Stranger Things is a show that draws a ton of influence from horror movies. And that makes this one of the only LEGO sets ever that is from a proper horror intellectual property. And because of that, I love it. And they nail the details here. The mirrored version of the Upside Down here uses such creative color choices, and it really looks fantastic. Also, if I were doing a spooky minifigures countdown, maybe I'll save that for next year's Halloween special, the Demogorgon would definitely be on that list. Speaking of spooky minifigures, my number 1 entry here is LEGO Minifigures Series 14, which is set number 71010. This is one of the few LEGO minifigure series that is unlicensed but has a specific theme. In this case, all monsters. And boy, do they look great. We have some classic Halloween characters here, like a witch, there's a Frankenstein playing a guitar for some reason, a werewolf, some kind of zombie pirate, a zombie cheerleader. But then we also have some very creepy looking characters. This bug dude, who kind of reminds me of the Fly from the movie The Fly, has like a crab claw hand. I'm not really sure what's going on with that character, but he is one weird looking man. The gargoyle really stands out to me. I love that one. Additionally, there are some ghostly characters towards the back row here that introduced a new ghost-based piece they still use for Dementors today, and that is really neat. Also, I think this is just supposed to be a dude in a plant costume, but it also kind of looks like he's been consumed by a plant a la Little Shop of Horrors, and if that's true, gosh, that's also very scary. Finally, while he's not the scariest figure, you get Sasquatch, you get Bigfoot. And are there any other believers out there? Let me know in the comments down below. Series 14 is one spooky bunch, and of course it had to make my list. But those are just my picks. Please let me know yours in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope to see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out. God bless. Bye-bye.